4 mechanics were performing routine maintenance on a wind turbine. All 4 of them are standing on top of the turbine itself, and a small fire breaks out right near where you would go back into the housing. The 2 engineers on this side of the turbine were able to jump over the fire, land in the stairwell, and run their way down to safety. The other 2 on this side had a bad angle and could not make the jump, and so they had to wait until rescue workers showed up to put the fire out. But wind turbines are usually in areas that are very far away from society, and so the response time was not good. And by the time they got to the wind turbine, that little fire had gotten much bigger and had creeped up onto the platform that they are on. The fire had spread well down the stairwell, and the crane on the truck itself did not extend high enough to reach them either. The 2 trapped mechanics can see the fire department is not going to be able to reach us in time, and they're being pushed to the very edge of this wind turbine with an 80-meter fall to the ground. As the fire inched closer and closer and closer to them, the men must have realized that they have to make a decision here. They can either sit here and wait and hope for some miracle, or they try to make a run for it through the flames and just hope that the fire in the stairwell is not as severe and that maybe they can run through it and make it out the other side. Or the final option is to jump off the side and hope you survive the fall. The men embrace one last time, and then one of them makes a run for it through the flames into the stairwell. He did not make it very far. He really had no hope. The last remaining mechanic is standing there wondering what he should do. He knows his friend didn't make it, and probably not wanting to suffer the fate that his friend did, he jumps. This is the picture of the 2 mechanics embracing for that final time. They were 19 and 21 years old. Chisholm missed soccer practice in the afternoon. His teammates tried calling and texting him. He didn't get back to them, so they got in touch with his mother. She tried reaching out to him to no avail, and so she contacted the police and said, "My son is missing." On the same night that Chisholm is reported missing, one of his teachers, 24-year-old Colleen Ritzer, doesn't come home from work. Her family and her friends go to the police and they report her missing as well. When they hear one of his teachers is also missing, they assume they must be linked, and so they go to the high school to see if maybe there's some clues there. Chisholm is not there, and neither is Miss Ritzer, but when they're looking in the girls' restroom, they find a small splash of blood. They decided they would pull all the security footage for the past 24 hours that was looking in the direction of this bathroom. And they make a startling discovery. This is Miss Ritzer walking down the hall towards the bathroom that had blood in it. This is Chisholm following Miss Ritzer into the hall. He's thinking about following her, and at some point he says, "You know what, I am gonna do this." This is Chisholm entering the girls' bathroom with surgical gloves on. 11 minutes later, Chisholm would leave school property, he would run outside, he would get a big recycling bin, and then he would go back into the bathroom with the recycling bin. 26 minutes after Chisholm had first entered the girls' bathroom, he re-emerges now wearing a full face mask. He doesn't have a sweatshirt on anymore, and he's pulling along this recycling bin that looks noticeably heavier than when he brought it in. And that's because Miss Ritzer's body is now stuffed inside of it. Police were able to locate Miss Ritzer's body using the surveillance cameras on the outside of the school. Police were able to quickly track Chisholm down and arrest him because as soon as he was done attacking Miss Ritzer, he used her credit card to go to a movie theater in town and watched a movie. The police were tracking her credit cards because they noticed they were stolen, and they saw that he had swiped the card at this movie theater. So he gets arrested and he's given a life sentence. Here is the footage of Chisholm leaving the girls' bathroom with Miss Ritzer's body inside of that recycling bin. His motives remain unclear, but he claims she used what he called a trigger word that really upset him. Just know that I really appreciate your support, and until next time, guys, that's gonna do it. See ya.